If you're still focused on learning how to solve systems of equations by substitution during this dumpster fire of a year, I commend you. Let's get into it. So when we are told to find the solution to a system of equations by substitution, we are finding the coordinate point where the equations intersect or have the same x and y value. The reason this method is called substitution is because we are finding the expression that is equal to one variable and then plugging that variable into its place in the other equation in order to cancel those terms out, so then we can work with one variable instead of two. Then when we find that variable, we can plug it back into one of the original equations and we'll have both our x and y or whatever variables you're using. In this first system of equations, we have y equals 7x minus 20 and negative x plus 7y equals 4. Our first step would be to isolate or make alone a variable, but since y is already by itself in the first equation, we already have that done for us. So because we have y equals 7x minus 20 already given to us, and because we're trying to find the point where these two equations are equal to each other, or rather have the same coordinate point, we can plug that 7x minus 20, because it is y, we can plug that into the y in the other equation. And that would give us negative x plus 7 times 7x minus 20 equals 4. Now that we only have one variable, which is x, we can solve for it, and we would get negative x plus 49x minus 140 equals 4, and then that simplifies to 48x equals 144, and with that we can tell that x is equal to 3. I just skipped a lot of steps algebraically, but it is correct.
You gotta be kidding me.
We're not done yet. We need to still find y, but that'll be easy because we already have x, so we'll just plug the x equals 3 into one of the two. Now I'm going to plug it into the top one because it's a lot easier. So we would have y equals 7 times 3 minus 20, which equals 1. So because x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 1, our answer would be 3, 1. In the second problem, we have 5x plus 7y is equal to 14, and 28 minus 14y equals 10x. We haven't really been given one of the variables yet, so we'll have to move stuff around in one of the equations to find that. So I think it's going to be easier to do that in the second one. You can pick either one. So we would have x equals 28 minus 14 y over 10. And then now that we have that isolated, we can plug that into the first equation because we simplified this from the second equation. So if we plug it into the first equation, we'd get 5 times 28 minus 14y over 10 plus 7y equals 14. We can simplify this part of the expression further by canceling out the 5 and the 10, which basically is a very, very complicated way of saying that we divide both the top and bottom by 5. So then you would get 28 minus 14y over 2 plus 7y equals 14. Now you would bring the 7y to the other side. And now you would multiply both sides by 2, and you have 28 minus 14y equals 28 minus 14y. Wait a minute. We can't simplify that because it would just mean that 0 is equal to 0, which is correct, but we don't know what to do with that.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Well, when that happens, that means that this system has an infinite number of solutions. So that would be your answer, that it has infinitely many solutions, because if they equal each other at the end like that, what that means is that these equations are actually the same, and then they're the same line. So if they're the same exact line, then they're going to be matching coordinate points all the time. So the answer to this is infinite solutions. For the last problem, we have 3y minus 21 is equal to 9x, and 2y plus 4 equals 6x plus 8. I guess let's start with the first one and isolate the y. So now we just plug that y back into itself in the second equation. And now we just solve for x. So here we have an incorrect statement. What that means is that the equations never have the same x and y value. They never intersect. They never occupy the same space. So what that means is that they have to be parallel. So the answer to this would be that there is no solution. All right, I hope you enjoyed my stuttering and share this video. I don't care if your mom is a nuclear physicist and your dad sells tomatoes from the back of a pickup truck and your cousin is going through a phase. I'm Ruffled Feathers. Bye.